Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Town Square Media and 106.1 KISS FM proudly bring to you your podcast champions of the world. He's the R to the O to the B. I'm STEVE. We are your hosts with the most, bringing you everything wrestling related from post to post.
That's right, we are. And today we've got a fun little topic, Steve. So
yes.
In every video where we're talking about WrestleMania 32, it is inevitable that we will bicker about the Shane McMahon, Undertaker, Vince McMahon feud that's going on.
Yes.
My big complaint being that it makes absolutely no sense. And even on the last episode, you kind of said that you are getting a little fed up with this too. You want a little more of the story.
Yeah, they're starting to miss really big opportunities. So
I'm going to offer that we step in and fill in the holes that have been happening in this plot line.
Okay.
There are holes. The holes being that there's some sort of mystery project that Vince McMahon nearly lost his ass on, and Shane saved him. So I want to know, Steve, what do you think was the business venture Vince was planning, but Shane wound up saving him from? I've got a few ideas that we could fill in the gaps here.
Okay. When we first started talking about this topic, I was thinking, when this started, they mentioned like 7 years ago. So I'm thinking maybe Vince made a bet on HBK and WrestleMania 25 that didn't come to fruition.
Okay, so when did Vince fight? What was the match you're talking about?
That was HBK versus Undertaker, and I think Vince put his money on his boy.
So you think the saving? So did Shane just bail him out, or did Shane tell him not to put the money on HBK, or what do you think happened?
I think the money was already there, and Shane just kind of slid him that loan.
Okay, all right, interesting. That's one potential opportunity there. Let me throw one at you here. Do you remember in 2003? It was like the spring or summertime. WWE kind of quietly teamed up with Girls Gone Wild and put on this really wacky pay-per-view where like you could see boobs for 5 seconds here and there.
Yeah.
I bet you that this was Vince's plan for the future of WWE. This was when HLA was the big thing, the hot lesbian action.
Yes.
Vince, I think, wanted to go into softcore pornography.
Yeah.
And they tested the waters with this Girls Gone Wild thing, and it didn't do so well. And I think before they put all their money into going into softcore pornography, Shane was like, Dad, let's stop it. Let's remember where the bread is buttered. This is sports entertainment, not a jiggle show, and we're going to... No. And I think Shane intervened, and once that first pay-per-view bombed, Vince was very thankful his son was there to advise him.
All right.
You have any more ideas?
Another idea I was thinking of is, I know that WWE is really big into their, Jakks Pacific and now the Mattel figures. But the one toy that outsells them is the pop vinyl. So I'm thinking maybe Vince spent a little bit too much money on his pop vinyl collection. So
you think he's got a huge pop vinyl collection?
I think he does.
And now he blew his money on the pop vinyls, and Shane saved him with some cash. Okay, that could be. I have 4 letters that could solve this entire storyline.
Okay.
IPBF. Do you know what IPBF stands for?
I should. I feel like
you should, because this is a huge idea for the storyline, Steve.
Okay.
Ico Pro Bodybuilding Federation. Listen,
yes.
In the early 1990s, Vince even put on bodybuilding pay-per-views. I think this was where he was taking the company. In his mind, he had such a boner for bodybuilders.
Yeah.
He had this Ico Pro powder that would give kids the craps. They'd give kids diarrhea when they took it. And eventually that product wound up getting taken off, and the bodybuilding pay-per-view kind of stiffed. And I think in the early 90s, when the WBF, the World Bodybuilding Federation, was a thing, Shane said, Dad, calm the bone you've got for the bodybuilders. Let's stick with the sports entertainment. It's what we do best. I think that's how Shane saved him.
Yeah, I mean, Vince has always had the... if you're big, you don't have to be special.
That's right, exactly. So I think that was his vision for no more wrestling, strictly bodybuilding.
All right.
You got one more?
Rob, I've got the answer here. It doesn't matter what comes up. This is everybody's bust to get thrown under. Obamacare.
Okay.
It has to be Obama's fault.
So blame Obama?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to blame Obama. He did He did something, it screwed Vince, Shane unscrewed Vince, and now we're here.
I like the word unscrewed. Okay, and now one last one that I could possibly suggest as to why Vince owes Shane so badly. They've always got their side projects. Shane left WWE to work on some sort of Chinese pay-per-view company or in-demand company or whatever he was doing. Vince was putting all his eggs in one basket. And I've got one word as to what that basket could have been just a few years ago that Shane had to come in and save him from.
Okay.
Tout. Vince saw dollar signs all over the newest social media craze that all your friends, your sons and daughters can't stop talking about. It's that newfangled tout that people are getting on their phone. They're making short videos and they're sharing them with friends. It's going to take over the world. Right, Vince? So that's some ideas. Unless you have any more ideas.
I think you just found out what it was.
I think you can feel free to take any of those, WWE. Yeah. That's as to why Shane saved his father from certain bankruptcy. Was it softcore porn? Was it big hulky men? Or was it social media touting? Either way, let us know if you have some ideas in the comments below. For myself and my tag team partner Steve.
Whatever it wasn't my fault!